Hello everyone and welcome to our Learning Hour webinar. I'm Prasanna and I'm excited to be your host for today's session. Today we have our expert trainer Miss Seven Chia and she'll be sharing a very interesting topic about Canva for better content marketing. During the session, you may ask questions in the chat box below. Miss Seven will answer the question at the end of the session. Without waiting any longer, I hand over the floor to Miss Seven.
Hello, hi everyone from Excel Academy. How are you guys doing today? And thank you for joining for me today, the learning hours in the Excel Academy. So without furthermore, we should start the sharing and let's learn something new during the learning hour, okay? So let me just share my screen now. So for now, you should be able to see my screen and also me myself. Okay, great. So I hope you guys already have a good lunch or are having a good lunch. It's okay. You can have a lunch with me and learning some new knowledge. Okay. So what we are going to cover today, we are going to learn about Canva and also what is it and how it is help for our content marketing. Okay. Before that, let me just have a short introduction about me myself. I'm seven Chia, not 7-Eleven. Okay, so I have 8 years experience in content marketing. I was a former journalist in China Press. So why I mentioned here because that is actually the starting point. I realized how content marketing can be powerful and impactful. Because during when I was a journalist, right, when I wrote those news or those stories, they do have a people come back to me like told me like, hey, Stella, those story you wrote, those news that you share actually helping me, or like you help me to connect with the correct person to solve my problem. You help me to keep aware about this thing, awareness about another's what's happening in the world or something like that. So that's why I know that content can bring conversion, it can bring impact, it can bring some things to the other person. So that's why I start working as a content marketer after that, and I'm working with those like delivery platform and also education center before I joined as an assistant manager in content in July IQI. Okay, and throughout this whole journey, I would say like I would claim myself is actually uh, a copywriter or content marketer that is actually using AI as my partners. Okay, so I know like everyone mentioned like, hey, Seven AI or ChatGPT last year is very like well known, whole the world knowing like what is ChatGPT. Okay, but before that, AI do actually assist in the content side and in translation and some content creation. So during the journey, I have 8 years. I basically had 5, 6 years using AI, but AI now is much more smarter with generative AI, right? Okay, so I'm now an assistant manager in content in Joy IQI, a prop tech company in the worldwide. So they have different countries in Malaysia, in Canada, and everywhere. So I'm also a HRD Malaysia HRD prop accredited trainer. So my main goal is actually trying to share those knowledge I earn. So because I know content marketing is very powerful and it's very helpful for business. And the core thing I wanted to do is actually to share those knowledge to you guys for whoever watching now. Okay, so without further delay, we should start to the main topic today. Okay, so first thing, before we actually talking about Canva, I would actually like to share with you guys what is visual storytelling first. Okay, so because we need to know the basic before we start using a tools, right? Canva is a tool. So before we start using it, we have some basic ideas, solid foundations, so we can start it correctly. Okay, that's the core idea. So what is virtual storytelling, or we call it virtual communication? It's basically trying to convince or convey information throughout the visual element. So it can be like image, can be graphic, can be chart or videos. All these visual things used to convert your message. So it's a form of a communication combine visual and texture together. So make your audience easy to understand you, yourself, and the point. Okay. So to be summarized, it can be used in a lot industry and a lot context. it includes like advertising and marketing. For sure, you saw all the billboard, all the digital ads. Is all combine the visual and text together, so it can catch your attention and it can stop you to read their message. Okay, and also educations. If you are a teacher, be sure that you understand how visual can help your student to understand those points. I know like probably previously we tend to like have a lot text and yeah, seldom image inside that, but the world have changed, the children have changed also. So in education, visual communication is very helpful. And for sure in journalism and entertainment, I no need to mention too much, but it do help them. Okay, so that's the very important tools to master visual communication for business and organization because it helps you to attract attentions, convey information, and also be more memorable by your audience. Okay, so that's how I want to share with you guys how actual visual communication help in this particular slide. Okay. So the first thing is this was the draft that actually come out when I designed this slide. Okay, if I directly share with you guys in this slide, in this design, will you be attracted? Will you feel that someone is trying to share a valuable message? Most highly possible is not right. You will feel like, oh, this lecturer or this teacher, yeah, it doesn't have any qualified or quality or something like that. It look boring. So that's why you won't stop to read. But when I change to this is the beginner level. So this is the middle level. So this is how Canva helped me in like only 2 minutes. Okay, it helped me to convert the message at least, okay, to something is more interesting, something can more attractive to you guys. Okay, so this is how Canva help, but it doesn't stop there. Okay, this is just a basic help, and I show you how it actually master high level version. Okay, so with Canva, you can also simplify your message and you can get all the with graphic we say don't say Canva yet because I'm not promoting Canva. I'm promoting visual communication first. Okay, so with visual communication, basically when you're trying to convert a message, you see I combine the visual and text together. So now it's much more easy to attract people because remember our brand is doesn't like complicated thing. We always seek for easier way for human. That's why we have all the technology today. We have all the car, fire airplane, and also AI. So that's why we are improving. So we seek for easier way, same as our brain and our eye. So when we see for information, whoever have graphic, videos, or like some visual element, it can pop up or something like that. It will attract you immediately compared to just text like this one, okay, or this one. Although some element is there, but still not enough element. Okay, so now I actually separate it using Canva. So I tell you like what is it? A visual communication, visual storytelling. Okay, so it will include image and graphic. So with the visual there, and also chart. Same, I attach the element of a chart, videos, and text. So now it's very easy for you to just like, even you just have 3 seconds, now you know what is visual storytelling. It includes these 4 elements. Simple, right? So that's the power of the visual communication. It helps you to remember those theory easily. Okay? So where is it happen? We mentioned all where is it advertising or whatsoever in the previous slide. But when you mention in this way or this way, probably your audience is very hard to remember that. So simplify that, adding those visual that is related. But one key tips here, make sure those visual or the graphic that you added in or the element you added in is related to your point. Like let's say image, I attach a pictures, the element there, okay? Or else your audience will feel confused, like what happens? It doesn't sound related. It confuses their brain. So all the core idea of visual storytelling is to simplify the message, to make them easy to remember, and also don't confuse them. That's why when we say about where is it using, we mentioned just now, advertising, marketing, educations, journalists, and also entertainment. we choose some really related advertising simplified ads. Okay, education, the kids is studying books. So journalism, so we use a newspaper, very classic. When you see newspaper, you think about journalists. And also entertainment, there's a movie ticket here. So now you know like what is visual communications and also where this visual storytelling can be happen. And the next, what we have is just now we mentioned why we need the visual communication, right? Okay, there's still the 4 point. The first thing is for sure is attract attention. Compare this with the draft or with this one. The final advanced draft is more attractive because you see a lot of graph, you see a lot something that can excite you. So people stop. The main key thing for advertising and marketing is always to make people stop first, especially in digital marketing. You have to make people stop at the first second, or else they can't or they won't digest your message. So that's the reason why we need visual communication. And the second thing, it helps us to communicate quickly. Okay, with this, easily, one glance, you understand the theory, you remember the theory. So it's more communicated easily and also more memorable, simplified. And also the last thing is actually evoke information. Okay, sometimes some visual copy, especially sales copy that I will share you the next, they actually have the intention to make you feel certain things, make you feel excited, so you will grab the offer, or probably make you feel scared. That's why you register the class, or make you feel like, ouch, there is whatever sadness or like urgency, or some things could make you take the actions. So there's the power of the graphic or the visual also. And the next, I'm going to share you guys several examples and also explain the example so you get more ideas about what is visual communications or storytelling. Okay. So the next is this one. Anyone was purchase anything in H&M? It's a quite famous fashion brand in Malaysia, right? So this is one of the H&M advertising I take from Pinterest. That's their not this one is not Malaysia's one. Okay, so you can see very clearly this when you first look at this image, the first thing will catch you probably is sales because it's very huge. The handsome guy, the handsome model, and also 50% off. Okay, so very clearly this message tell you like, hey, we have 50% off on all the male clothes. Come to us. So you get attracted, you get the message, and also in just 3 seconds or even less. That's why just now I mentioned that it can help you to feel like the emotion because now you see like 50%, and also they purposely put the cells in a different color. So now you feel like, wow, 50%, something's very huge offer. I should go for that. Okay. So the next example is also a fashion brand. Fashion brand actually play very well in visual communication because they really need to attract those people to take actions, right? So the another this cute girls dress, kids dress is from Shein. Is their recent Facebook ads running in the past month until now because 11/11 is coming. Okay, so you can see the similar element also 10% off being highlight and also being very large. Same as the kids clothes also because their audience is whoever have kids. So that's why they put the image larger so that attract whoever might want to purchase kids clothes with offer, then come to them. Okay. But one interesting find out is here is Shein, if you guys remember the logo and the team color, the brand team color is actually not red. H&M using red because their brand color is red color. But Shein is not. Shein, what is their brand color? White and also black. Their logo is black color with the white background. So red color is actually their team color for their 11/11 sales. Why? Because black and white is very calm, very rational, very logical color. So it's very hard to make people have, not very hard, but it's a bit challenging to make people using using black and white to make people have the intention, emotional one to buy that. Wow, that offer is so huge. I have to get it now. That feeling is hard to using convert using black and white. That's why during 11/11 sales, I believe Shein actually used the red color as their theme color. If you check all their advertisement in the Facebook or all the apps inside the apps, and also like all the elements is basically mostly changed to red color and also a little bit white color. That's how actually they wanted to create the emergency and also the feeling of this sales is so huge and you should get this now. Okay. But remember one thing, red color only have the urgency of shopping when you combine with shopping platform. If like in a normal situation, it normally feels dangerous, negative. Okay. So unless you combine with those like offer shopping platform, buying for like grocery or buying for like a gift or something like that, that makes the feeling like wow, it's an offer. So that's why if you go to those like shopping mall, you will see most of their offer card in their physical shop is actually printed by red font rather than the other color font. So if you didn't notice, probably try to observe next time and you will surprise. Okay. And the next example, this one is actually from Referral Candy. They have a survey that's showing like how actually visual content helping people to convert and also retain the audience. Okay, so here's some of their find out. They found out that 40% people respond better to a visual content. 12% of the infographic website traffic increased 12% if the website landing page have those infographic. 80% of the audience retain because they saw the visual. 86% of the conversion increase in a landing page if you utilize the visual content better. And also the last two is 20% of the wording of the web page is read by the average user, and also 40 times plus for the landing page with the video will have more share. Okay, if you read this, they have actually a long article to explain their methodology, to explain how they find this, to explain the whole the survey and also the findings. It's quite long. If I direct paste the survey here, you will feel boring. That's why they are very smart. This Referral Candy, they actually convert their survey, convert their finding to an infographic that they include in their blog and also in their social media. So in this way, their audience will actually more interested to know what is the finding rather than you just throw whatever paper to them like, hey, this is the finding. Okay, so this is a smart way they're doing using infographic in their social media and blog. And the next example, which is my favorite, KKM Malaysia. Okay, to be honest, I think KKM Malaysia hired a new team for content marketing, or at least for graphic designers after MCO. Okay, because before that, their content is not that interesting. It's very insightful and information always discrimination. KKM information is very good. But before MCO or before COVID, their information is kind of a bit like boring. But after that, I believe they have like new insight or new input. And until today, if you visit KKM Malaysia, you will always see the beautiful infographic. Okay, like this one is about haze. This infographic in Malay, I purposely chose one because I want to show like even you probably like, let's say you're a foreigner or you probably didn't master Malay very well, you can still get this information easily. So you just need to go inside and then you see, okay, this is about haze because it's to cover the mask or everything. Okay, why it's not COVID? Because it doesn't have the COVID here. Okay, so there's the suggestions for during the haze time. What should you do? You shouldn't do outdoor activity. You should avoid those like smoky activities in your house, like smoking. Wear the mask. Drink more water. If you're driving, open the aircon inside circulation system rather than outside one. Wash your hand and your face frequently. Even like I'm not really like, probably I'm foreigner. I saw this one like they're running like, okay, I know it's no outdoor activity. I know it's wear mask. I know it's wash hand. I know drink water because all the infographic already showing. So this is actually a good way to help your audience understand you faster and easier compared to you type it out text by text, line by line. So this is a very good example. I really like KKM content nowadays. Okay, so this is about sharing the information faster. And the next also from KKM, this is about the recent budget, because budget was announcing last month. Now it's November. Okay, last month, few weeks ago. So KKM have an infographic about how is the budget allocations, which is show the comparison of 2024 versus 2023. Okay, so here you can see that now it's like next year will be 41 billion and this year only 36 billion. It also help you to compare the pembangunan and the operation pengurusan budget operation and also development budget easily. So compare these two budget. But probably one things that could be improved, which is the error because this infographic they're trying to show to the audience, the public, that the budget allocation is increased and we are seeing for a better development in Malaysia, right? So in this way, the error of up, probably they can use the green color because red color sounds like something negative, like COVID number go up and we use red color. But now we're trying to convert a good message. So we want to show the public, the rakyat, that, hey, the budget increasing. So your development, your healthcare budget is increasing. So that's why probably this can change to green color, and the night 11% and the night 25% can be green color also. So this is how actually infographic can help to convert a confusing message, because if you write this in text, it's quite confusing, but you convert in a graphic, it's easier to understand. So, and also easier for people to memory, like how many percent, how many billion the increase is actually happened. And here is that. One more thing I want to mention is about red color. So just now I keep mentioning for the shopping platform, Shein and H&M, they're using red color. People feels like wanted to shopping. But red color, sometimes you need to be aware, because in most of the situation, probably red color sense of danger, negative, something's not good is going to happen. That's why when you see like the red color arrow up, your brain will function like, oh, something bad is happened and something bad situation is increasing. So yeah, probably here a green color arrow will be better in here. And the next, we come to Canva. Okay, Canva is one of my favorite partner now also. This slide, actually, Canva is the one helping me to do it. So what is Canva? A brief, very introduction is actually Canva is online graphic design tools. It has various of platform. And the best part is we have the free version. But for sure, you can pay, you can use the pay version. Pay version have more freedom in create everything. Okay. So what is the template inside have? So it included those like social media post template in different platforms like Facebook, IG, or the Reel, and also presentation slide like today how I did, poster for your event or for your offer, like how probably the H&M did just now. Also they have videos template also inside. They just added, I think, last years. And also if you wanted to design logo, you can use that template also lah. Here is how is the design example. But you can find more things inside the Canva when you log in. And actually for who actually find Canva will be very useful is for those who want to simplify the design progress like me. Okay, so I always think for the easier way. That's why I say I start using AI in the very beginning when everyone know about ChatGPT or when ChatGPT happened in the market. So for me, designing this slide using PowerPoint or like other tool is possible, but probably it takes a bit longer time because I need to create the element by myself. So that's why I use Canva, just use the template and easier the whole process. I just need to focus on how to deliver my knowledge instead of like how to design the knowledge to deliver. Canva help me to do so. So for whoever, probably for students, NGO or SMEs, will find it very useful also because the subscription fee is not that expensive. But probably for those like huge company, they might have their own internal team of graphic designer. They probably doesn't need Canva that much. But for whoever students or NGO, Canva is a very good partner because now your presentation slide Like imagine you're a student doing final year presentation. And now your presentation slide is much more easier to create and much more lively with those elements. And the last thing is I want to mention, Canva is having a lot of powerful function, which I found is quite useful, like the team cooperation function. Now I can create a design. Probably my partner of the content is like, I don't know, in UK or other way. I just share them the link. We can create Canva together. Okay. And also the brands kit that allowed me to add my color, my brand color is super helpful so that I can identify my brand easily. And the last but not least is their AI function. They call it Magic Series of Functions, which is introduced this year starting January. They keep adding those AI feature inside. It's super amazing. Okay, so I just want to add on a little bit about Canva. Other than design, what it actually helps to team corporations, to the branding awareness and also brand identifications, and also those AI feature is very powerful. And the next, some tips and also sharing about Canva. So I believe all of you guys here already using Canva because their audience is super huge. Like if I ask like 10 friends, almost like 8.5 friends using Canva for different purposes, even like their wedding invitation card. So when we're using Canva, what might be the tips or what is the some things we should take care of? So there's three tips I'm going to share with you guys today. Okay, the first thing is always know your objective. Before you create a design, before you click the magic purple button in the Canva homepage, you need to know your objective. What is this design for? Because it will help you to easy to define like what kind of design, what kind of wording, what kind of color, how it look like, and all the questions. It will answer all the questions when you're doing design. Okay, I list out some of the objectives you should clarify first. The first thing is actually type of design. So before you design, you need to know like what type of design I want to do. Is this a social media post? Is a wedding invitation cards? Is a presentation? Or what is it? Where did I want to share this design? So define this first, then you will find your journey get more easier in Canva. And also the next thing is the message that you're trying to share. So is that a promotion message or you just want to share some theoretical information in an easier way? Or probably you just want to like invitations or like something like that. So make sure you actually clarify your message. You want to educate people, you want to promote something, you want to invite people to do something, or you want to share some knowledge. Yeah, and then after that, it's easier. And the next thing is also the audience. The third thing very important is audience. So there's none of the design or the content can serve for the whole public. If you ask me to write a copy for the whole Malaysia from H3 to H80 is very difficult. So make sure you have your own audience first. Like let's say the H&M example just now, they wanted to share the offer message and they have a very clear audience. They want to show the message to whoever is male, whoever looking for fashions, whoever want to as handsome as the model. So that's why they're using the guy model there rather than a girl. Okay, so you define like your audience. Is it a male or female? What is the possible age? Where they live? What might be the element can attract their attention? Something like that. The next thing is visual element. Visual element here, I refer to those visual element actually like, let's say you want to include your brand logo. Do it necessary inside the graphic? Yes, no? Or do you wanted to include some special color for your brand? Yes, no? Or if you wanted to really brand identify, then probably all the design you need to use a specific color, you need to know the color code. And then probably you have like some interesting visual element that you found that is very suitable, you want to add in, or some promotional element that you wanted to add inside this design. So list it out first, so it's easier for you to not missing anything in your visual. And the last but not least is also call to actions. Call to actions is a statement or probably a text that asking people to take some action. Can be register now to the course, can be claim the offer, can be buy now, can be like get the offers now or something like that. So why this call to action I want to mention is definitely for whoever doing digital marketing. So try to include call to actions in your visual for promotional material. Not necessarily for infographic because you want to share the knowledge, but for promotional material, make sure you have call to actions. Is because our attention in online is super short. Probably like 3 seconds, I get disturbed by a message, WhatsApp message pop in, and then I go out. Okay, that's why make sure you have a call to actions in your visual, probably help you if your material is about promotion, and C for conversion. So that is the preparation you have to do before you create a design. Define your objective, which is type of design, message, audience, what is the visual element you want to use, and also probably any call to action you want to use inside the design. And the next tips is utilize the template inside the Canva. Okay, to be honest, I like Canva because they separate to different category of design. So for me, like let's say when I'm doing this presentation, I just need to go to presentation and search for the suitable template. But probably you do social media also, you can come inside and then they have like even different size, landscape, square, story for your need. Okay, so you just need to come inside, you define your objective, and then you come inside, search for the good template. Because sometimes probably you are students or NGO or SMEs, you doesn't have much time focus on this. In the same time, you don't have an internal team to focus on this. So that's why Canva could be one of your solutions to easier the whole process. But again, I'm not selling Canva, I'm just sharing a tools. So yeah, here is some templates, the layout inside. So after you click in this one, I believe I create a IG story. So I click in, I have a lot template of different, how the picture put here and then text put here. Even the picture should be a circle, shouldn't be a square. They also have it all inside. What I need to do, I just need to pick a template and then I start to throw the text and then I start to throw the picture in. And also one thing I love them is the brand kit I mentioned just now. Because sometimes, right, when you create a design, you might find the color isn't that suit your business nature. So they actually allow you to change the color and also add on your brand kits inside so you can add the color smoother and also easily in the next time. So this is why I love them. That's my brand color. Okay. And the next tip and also last tip is the element of design. So like I mentioned just now, when you're doing your design, you make sure what you want to do also. Let's say social media infographic. So you couldn't just add the text, right? You need to add those like related element. Can be image, can be graph, or the font of the text also will be helpful. Inside Canva, they have different fonts, and also some fonts is already designed, like thank you, already have the shape there. So you don't need to draw it yourself. Like in Illustrator, we have to draw ourselves, right? So in Canva, they already have the template. And also there is that high quality image they are using inside here, or the graphic is also normally the quality is super high. So it's easier for you to put inside any purposes of the content, the visual content. And one thing why we need to add the element of the design also, it helps the audience to easier to read your message. Like I mentioned just now, right, there's 4 purpose we have for the visual communications, which is attract the attentions and then communicate easily, make them remember your message, and also make them feel what the emotional part, make them feel like what you're trying to tell them. Okay, so this is why element of design is very important. Only add those elements is like relevant and also is a high quality. Don't add those like probably a bit blurry, and then when you share, people will feel like, yeah, this business doesn't have a high quality. So when you're choosing the elements of the design, so choose some image or graphic is relevant and also clear and high quality. So it's help them to get the information faster and also easier. So here is the 3 tips I share today. Recap again, what we have is to define your objective first, understand all these 5 elements here, type of design, message, audience, visual element, call to actions. And the next tips is utilize the template to faster your design. And the last tips of today is element of design. Use the high quality and also relevant element of design today to do your design with the Canva. Okay, so that's all my sharing of today. Thank you, you guys, for being with me in the lunch hour, and I hope you guys really gain something. And if you have any questions, you can share in the chat box now, so it's easier for me to answer your questions also. So let me see. I saw some comment inside there.
Um,
Oh,
okay.
let me just close the sharing first so it's easier for me to share. Okay. I saw there's questions about what is the Magic Studios. Okay. Kunalan is asking what is the Magic Studio. I give you a very brief idea first, but you can actually go inside Canva to know more. But this Magic Studio is actually most of the function only available for pay version. So if you are using, you might need to pay the Canva subscriptions, but they have a yearly package also. So what is this inside? So basically, this Magic Studio for Canva is Canva's AI function. What they included is they're using the AI to simplify your design. The most impressive, they have over 10 functions inside. I forgot the detail, but I tell you the two things that is really impressed for me personally. The first thing is actually they can generate the image by AI prompt. So you just need to type a text, describe what is the image that you want. The AI can actually help you to generate. But for sure, AI is not that master yet. So if you generate face or hands, some problems still happen. But like those objects like water bottle, flower, house, I believe is quite amazing. And the second thing is very impressive for me in the Canva Magic Studio is also their Magic Writer. Something very similar to ChatGPT, but just is already in the back end of the Canva. So when you have the text, you want to translate, you want to rewrite, or you want to extend the text itself, you can ask Canva Magic Writer to do so. So this tool is quite convenient for me. I found that when I design something, it's very helpful. Okay, so I hope I answer your questions also, Gunalan. So yes. Any other questions? If not, I'm passing my time to my host back.
Okay, thank you, Miss Seven, for the great sharing. All right, feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions or doubts, and Miss Seven will respond to them. Let's take a moment to collect the questions.
Oh, I saw Clement. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for your joining also. Tasha, thanks for the sharing. Can we print out the Canva design? Oh, there's a quick question. I like your question, Tasha. So you can print your Canva design for sure, but according to my printer friends and those printer shop, the Canva colors sometimes it might have a little bit issue. So that's why when you really want to print a high quality or big, like let's say you want to print a backdrop or something like that, I will still suggest you probably go for the traditional, the Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, because those are very large projects that I believe we should have some budget to get the humans designer for us to use the Adobe Illustrator. But if you look for those like probably a small one, a small fire or something like that, Canva actually doing okay for the printing if you didn't really criticize for perfect. Okay, because if you see for perfect kind of printed, you have to go for Illustrated. Kunalan asked another question. Can I create interact PDF or downloadable document? Interact PDF, which means the PDF have the link you can click, right? I think that one can do so because I do that before. So my to say one of your design, which is the slide you see just now. If you want the slide can communicate with the Excel Academy. Do Canva have one size of video setting that compatible for all the social media? That's very hard for the Shafika questions. because when we sing for social media, TikTok and the story there, and also YouTube, that the video size is not the same. So for Canva, I would say like they still more focus of the graphic feature rather than the video feature. So probably for videos, I think Canva can do so, but I would suggest you to look for another options like probably uh, what is called the TikTok, the one that CapCut is actually much more easier compared to Canva. For me, that's my personal opinion. So that's all the questions.
Okay, it seems like there are no more questions. Now let me share you about our upcoming training sessions. Okay, in November we have Certified Digital Marketing Professional course, Microsoft Excel Intermediate and Advanced level, and then SEO and SEM courses. Next, in December we have Social Media Marketing, Power BI, Excel courses, Excel Basic level, Chat GPT course, Data Analytics, and Digital Marketing Masterclass. So, if you are interested in enrolling in any of these courses, you can contact us. Thank you all and have a good day. Please follow and like our social media and get in touch with us. Thank you again, Miss Seven.
Thank you, Hasana. Please follow Excel Academy. Bye, everyone.